Hello everyone and Mr. Hajit. We are from Group 4, which is Mikhael's group, would like to present our revision from the previous presentation. Here are the members of the group. First is Mikhael Parlindungan Hutasoit, Salsabila Saifa Fitria Ichwany, Suryo Djagad Kurniansyah, and Yeni Vara Sasmita. Okay, so I'm Salsabila Saifa and I would like to explain about figure of speech. First, there is simile. The children go forward with their little satchels, and all morning the mothers have labored to gather the late apples, red and gold like words of another language. We noticed that the poem used the words like to describe the comparison of the late apples with words of another language. For the second, there is hyperbole. And on the other shore are those who hide behind great decks to receive these offerings. And finally, on the first line in the second stanza, Glück shows the hyperbolic disdain of the teachers who are like on the other side of the shore. For the third, there is personification. How orderly they are, the nails, on which the children hang their overcoats of blue or yellow wool. It can be seen that the poet describes the nails as living creatures, with the use of the word they, which were lined up regularly. Okay, for the next slide, we would like to talk about sound devices. Alliteration. And all morning, the mothers have labored. Next are those who hide behind grades. Unless is, and the teachers shall instruct them in silence, and mothers shall scour the orchards for a way out. The part with blue highlights begin with the same letter, which is M. Then, for those with yellow highlights, both start with letter W. The last one, for the green highlighted part, starts with the same letter, which is S. Second, there is assonance. The children go forward with their little satchels, and all morning the mothers have labored. Next are those who hide behind great desks. The yellow highlighted part have the same assonance on little and satchels. The green highlighted parts have the same assonance on weight and grid.
Okay, thank you, Salsabila. And I'm Suryo Kurniansyah, and I will continue the explanation. The next part is why the apple become the most important symbol and metaphor in this book. Actually, there were some reasons behind Gluck's decision to make the word apple become the most important symbol and metaphor in this poem. The first one is the apple is a symbol of knowledge, wisdom, and education. Back in the old days, before public education really got going, many teachers were paid by farmers giving them small amounts of their harvest. So an apple would be a good example of that. In the 1700s, apples were gifted to teachers in Denmark and Sweden to mark their knowledge and intellect. This tradition began to be followed in the United States from the 19th century onwards. And also the second part, and which is Gluck really taps into this part, is apples and fruit in general are traditional fertility offerings. The apple has been used as a symbol of fertility across many cultures and traditions. With school children, the apple carries forward because we have fruit with seeds in it that with the proper nurturing will become a strong tree. And for the allegory, which is a long narrative that uses a seemingly unrelated story to teach a lesson or prove a point, or it could be said as a surface story and another hidden story underneath, we decided to change that this poem is not allegory. It is because the story inside the poem, such as children who are intimidated by teachers and wars between mothers and teachers, has a relation with schools and education as the theme of this poem. As a result, there is no hidden story within this poem because the message of this poem is clearly explained, is which is related with schools and education. And I think that's all from our revision from our last presentation. Thank you so much for the attention and see you.